What is going on, guys? We are back, and this time I'm showing Trevor something that I'm interested in and seeing his reaction to it. So, for this one, I wanted to show two mixtapes or sports highlight tapes of um, some of my favorites, I'd say, and some of the most well regarded ones in definitely in recent history. Um, so to start off, I started off with a football one. There's this college football legend, Tavon Austin. Many people may know, many people may not if they weren't into football around then. But this guy was insane. He played at West Virginia. He was a human highlight reel. Um, he put up one of the most insane senior mixtapes. It's literally called The One. That's how you know. And I had Trevor watch this, and I rewatched it with him, and it's insane to see it over again. But it has over 25 million views at this point, which is insane for I feel like for a mixtape in general. Like 25 million views is insane, and it's the specific mixtape this guy put together. um, his senior year, 114 catches for 1,289 yards and 12 touchdowns through the air. And then he had 72 rushes for 643 yards on the ground and three more touchdowns, plus being one of the best return men in the country. He won the Jet Award. He won Paul Horning Award, first team All American, had all these accolades, which is insane. One of the most versatile players in the country at the time. He even had a game that he had 344 rushing yards on the ground and 82 receiving. Insane day for one player because they had him play running back that day. Insane. So basically, he was drafted very highly in the NFL to the Rams, eighth overall. To give a little background on his NFL stuff, he was kind of pigeonholed into like a more gadget role, which means he kind of was like given mainly didn't play like a full-time role, so he didn't if he was used in this era of football it would have been much better. But he had some solid seasons, nothing crazy for where he was drafted, but still was a fun player. But he's mainly known for his college mixtape, which is why I wanted to show this to Trevor. So yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on it, Trevor.
Well, yeah. So the Tavon one was. I mean, it was just like watching. Like, I mean, the biggest thing that stood out was like his speed. Like, obviously, the guy is a ridiculous athlete. Like seeing like the kind of like where he could be like get like a 5 yard pass and he's turning like none of the passes were really like super long. Like it was more so like he's getting a short pass and just sprinting through and just like his athleticism, the speed, the like just how dynamic of a player he was. It was, I mean, it was insane to watch. It was electric to watch. I can't even imagine like being in person and watching that, or like being one of his teammates. Yeah, it was. I mean, very very cool. 25 million views is also insane just for any YouTube video in general. Like that's
Yeah.
wild. It just seemed like he was kind of just like the guy on the team that they just like, let's see how many times we can give him the ball in a game, and that's probably how like a lot of their strategy was.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and he's definitely a guy who, because he didn't have any crazy NFL success, but I think in that era, they kind of players like him they kind of viewed just in a gadgety role, which kind of pigeonholed him into like one area, not the full time thing. And by the time he's older, it's not the same player. But I think in this era, if the way they coaches know how to utilize guys like that and kind of like send them into motion more, like move them around, get them the ball in space, because he's one of those guys. You want the ball in his hands as soon as you can, and even just aside from his talent and overall, but this is actually like kind of a trend I've seen like recently, like the last year or two. Like people will show like they'll show their friends before a night out, or show. I even saw a couple people before weddings showing their friends to like get hyped before the wedding. Saw people show like their baby or their young kid. Like there's like watch this, and then the kid's like just amazed. And then I've seen even someone catch a fish and then show the fish, like it's actually like a trend, and it's pretty cool.
It's become very memed. That's funny.
Yes. So that probably also helps with the view count. Like it being
Yeah,
the most iconic mixtape ever, people are like, you have to watch this. Like every
the
person should
music is
watch
awesome
this.
too. Like
Yes.
I didn't know what the songs are, but they were hype.
That that is also something I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say, how did you like the music choice? Because that is like
I thought the
iconic
first song
with the
was phenomenal. Like that was just
yes.
it was perfect. Second one I didn't
Yes.
really remember as much. I think there was one that was like a Lil Wayne in there, but yeah, first one phenomenal. Second
Yeah.
one pretty solid.
I believe it's called Hell and Back, the song, or something like that. But it's that's the only reason I like that song. Like is so ingrained with that mixtape. It's like
Yeah,
it's
I bet that
perfect
song
for it.
has gotten a lot of extra
Yeah,
views or listens from that.
exactly. Yeah, and yeah, it's definitely just it makes the whole thing brings it together. But I wanted to, like, do you have any like other like thoughts or questions on it?
Yeah, I wrote down. Well, first I my original thing was like asking the quarterback was good, but you said it was Gino, which is cool to
Yes,
see like
Mr.
a
Gino.
combo. I guess my main thing was like, is West Virginia like a good school? Like, was he like super high prospect in high school? Because I feel like West Virginia isn't like a top team usually, right?
No, they aren't really a top team. West Virginia. They're kind of like they were like middle. They were like decent in those years because they had Tavon and Gino and some other good players, but they weren't like anything. They're I'd say middle of the pack type thing, like towards the towards like the top. But like that Oklahoma team that they almost beat, it was 49-50. Oklahoma was they lost that game actually, but they were the number 12 team in the country.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so it's like it's pretty crazy to get a player like that at a school like that. Not like now in this era of the transfer portal, that Tavon they probably would have transferred to like a Bama or something after his crazy season for his senior year.
hmm Yeah, I mean, I was confused on like if he's like a top player in the country. I was surprised that he was on West Virginia. Like it would have made more sense if he was at like a top 10 school, but I guess that makes sense. Different era, and also like I bet like NIL
Yeah.
stuff too would have been crazy.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure like what star recruit he was, but sometimes it's like if it's in an area near or it might be one of his only top offers because he was a smaller guy. So that's kind of how things can go. Like you'll have sometimes that happen.
Yeah. I was also gonna ask like, because you're talking about like he was kind of underutilized in the NFL. Like, if there's a team today that you think he would fit really well on, like if he was sort of placed in, if he had like the ideal circumstance, and like what would his kind of role look like?
Yeah, I think he would be great on any like they call it the Shanahan tree guys, like the McVay, Kevin O'Connell, Mike McDaniel, like any of those guys. They're so good at getting their players to the ball in space, using their speed to the advantage. I think his role would be kind of like you were saying, like you saw he would catch the ball short and just run. There's so many different play designs. He would take. I mean, he would still take some of those gadget stuff like he did in the NFL, but he'd also be getting just more targets, more volume than he ever did because he never really got like an insane amount in the NFL. I think he only like passed like 500 receiving yards maybe once, and he had years like where he had like 400 rushing yards too, which is they used him on plenty of those like jet sweeps and all those plays. But definitely would be more target volume to get him the ball in space, like, across the field, moving. Like so many of those guys use so much motion in their offense, which means like they're like they move the receiver from one side to the other to kind of get them easy releases off the line of scrimmage, get them moving quickly into the play, cause distraction for the defense. So there's so much he could have been used for, definitely.
hmm Yeah, it is. It's crazy to think that he didn't turn out being or sort of getting the opportunity that he probably should have. Just kind of being in the wrong era, kind of thing. Like I feel like that happens in sports sometimes. Like it's just like the player's fantastic, but sometimes like the era isn't right. They don't get drafted the right team. They didn't have the right coaches, stuff like that.
Yeah, sometimes it's just too soon or too late. Like there's some guys that are more old fashioned players that it's like, oh, this guy would have been great 10 years ago. It's just sports is always evolving and changing, so it's definitely yeah, definitely that's definitely a huge impact on things.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was definitely a hype highlight reel. Very like felt like professionally done. Um, and I bet the revenue on that YouTube video is also
Oh
pretty
my
pretty
goodness, it's
nice.
gotta be insane.
We got three 45-second ad breaks during it, so
That was insane. Yeah, now at this point, it's like now that it's getting so many views continuously, it's like
hmm
why not? I mean, he's raking in the cash now. But I think now we should talk about the other highlight tape I had you watch, which is I wanted to do this one because I feel like this it shows the stark difference in athletes in compared to like high school. Like the ball is life and all those mixtape companies like through like the 2000s 2010s, that's when like they were at their peak. And this one has to be like one of the craziest funniest in modern basketball because you have a 6'6", 275 athletic freak Zion Williamson absolutely dunking over tiny white kids and just absolutely posterizing them. And it's just the most insane mixtape. He was that big, that fast, and had like a 45-inch vertical. So what could these guys do? I would not want to play this guy after algebra 2.
mm-mm.
He averaged 36 points a game, like 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals a game in high school for his senior year. He was a McDonald's All-American, one of the top recruits in the country. And yeah, what were your thoughts on watching Mr. Zion?
I mean, it's just like it's a watching a massacre happen. Like it's just like he's so beat, like just not in the same playing field as anybody on the court. So it's just like that. Like the Tavon one was more like hype. The Zion one is just like funny and like kind of sad. Like because I relate more to like the kids who are getting dunked over than Zion, obviously. So
Yeah,
I'm just sitting there like I played against people who were phenomenal athletes. No one on that level, but like playing against a phenomenal athlete is just like crushing. Like it is brutal, and
yeah,
especially basketball is a sport where size is literally a requirement. And when you're 5'8" and you're going against a guy that is 6'6", there's just not like, especially a unit of
yeah,
that size. I'm just like,
and
yeah, it's insane.
yeah, and the fact that he's bigger than you, taller than you, stronger than you, and faster than you, and can jump higher than you. It's like, what are you
Yeah,
gonna do? Like
there's no weakness.
some of these, some of these kids just looked helpless out there. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're not gonna contest this man. You're gonna
You have
get
to like
sent flying if you
you
try.
have to pretend like you are trying to guard him, but it's like I literally wrote
Yes.
down like while I was like, what is the opponent's team coach like say pregame? Like, how much does he just like lie to them, or does he just like say like, come on guys, you know what to do? We're gonna throw two on Zion. Like, it doesn't help. Like,
Yeah,
there's just
I,
I feel like the strategy would just to be like to just guard everybody else on the team and just not even bother guarding him. I don't know. Or you either put five, like everybody guards him, or nobody guards him. I don't even know what the strategy is, but
yeah, I feel like the strategy just like they maybe be like, oh, we're gonna try and not let them pass the ball to him, like press
yeah,
everyone else hard, and then because if he gets the ball, it's over. And then put as many bodies between him and the hoop because
yeah,
you'd rather him shoot. Like he could still hit some threes, but it's like he's dunking over you if you give a
he's
clear
not there
path.
for
Like
the
there's so
threes.
many
Yeah,
clips. Yeah, he's there to just he the amount of power he was throwing the ball through the hoop. It's
yeah. I feel like
scary.
I'm surprised he didn't break any backboards or anything. Like just the
Yeah,
force that he was, the just it's ridiculous.
yeah. Like these new backboards are like impossible to break. Back in the day, he would have shattered so many.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
Especially like high
Yeah,
schools. I feel like a lot of high schools would not have a good. I'm sure that his high school specifically probably
yeah.
had to upgrade their backboards. I was gonna ask, like, was it like a high ranked high school, or was he just like kind of at a random school, like, or was it high ranked
It
because of
wasn't.
him?
No, it was. I think it. Yeah, they ended up being like because they ended up. I think at one point they played Lamelo's team, but that was only because Zion was on the team. That's the only reason they got that matchup. But it was they weren't. I don't think they were crazy high ranked. I think they're probably like middle of the pack. Like they had some other decent players on the team too, but it's nothing on Zion's level. But yeah, they were like I'd say decent high school. Not like anything like on the crazy ranks without him. Like they're Zion's the reason they were ranked
Yeah,
that highly that
and
year, and when
yeah,
you
I mean, you
have
could
one of
place
the
kind
best
of
players in the
anyone on that
country.
team, like, and it's gonna be the same
Yeah,
exact
he's
result.
yeah. They ended up winning the state championship. If that
I
wasn't
hope. I
if that
hope they
wasn't
did.
clear, yeah. And one of the craziest things, like when watching it, like I remember watching these when I was in high school, and it's like this kid's in the same grade as me. It's insane. I'm like, what? How is this how is this possible? This guy's the same age as me, and he's 6'6", 270, and can jump out of the gym. It's like that's it. That's when you realize the levels to like sports. It's like that guy's like the top of the top, and it's just like you see like the different high school basketball, just like local team. Like it's crazy the different levels of like skill there are out there. That there's guys like this that are just people are having to guard this.
And it makes it even more impressive, also for like people who are like 6 foot in the
Yeah,
NBA, like because you're going against people Zion's size, and you're a foot shorter than that. Like that just is like it's unbelievable.
yeah. It's honestly like it's insane. The guys like Jalen Brunson that can put up points at this height, guys who have stuck around the league, Fred Van Vliet, like guys like that are stuck in the league when you have freaks of nature like this.
Hmm.
And that was something else I wanted to mention. So he ended up obviously, he went to one of the best country colleges in the country, Duke. Um, he went there with a couple other top recruits from his class, Cam Reddish and RJ Barrett. And they were kind of like a super team, but it was freshmen, so they're like young talent. They didn't end up winning March Madness though because team ended up taking them out. But that's a pretty insane trio to have, and he had an insane season at Duke. He got even bigger and was still throwing down insane dunks. He has like a 360 windmill in game at Duke. He burst through his Nikes at Duke, which was an
Oh
insane
yeah.
moment. That was another viral moment. And he was being touted as they always say like the next LeBron. Like people always exaggerate, but he was touted as the next huge superstar. And unfortunately, he's been injured, had weight concerns throughout his career. But when he's on the court, he is so dominant, and that's the thing that sucks. Like that he hasn't gotten under control. He's looked slim this year though, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's I know I remember hearing like of how much of a prospect he was, but then kind of like the joke is now that he's just like way out of shape and like never actually
Mm-hmm.
plays. Because like
Yeah,
when did he get drafted? Like 4 years ago.
yeah, 2020 draft.
Yeah, that's.
So
I mean,
that's
it's
yeah.
that's rough. Because
Yeah, and
I
he
mean,
the
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because when he's healthy, he is so good. Like he has a season where he was healthy for like the most games he had been, like 62 games. He averaged like 27, 7 and 7 I think, and or something around that. On like 60% shooting, which is pretty insane. Like that's super efficient, and he's dominant when he's himself, but that's the thing with
I'm
him.
sure his
He's
team is trying to spend
unfortunately,
all their resources to try to keep him healthy. And yeah,
yeah, and he's gotten a max contract. Like the team needs him to stay healthy. Like he's got to be the guy.
yeah, Yeah, they're putting all their
But
chips in on him, and
that's
I mean, hopefully, if he looks better this season, hopefully he has a really breakout year. But yeah,
yeah,
seems like it's been an unfortunate
yeah.
tale for
Hopefully he can
kind
stay
of both of these
healthy.
guys. But
Yeah,
Zion still has a chance.
yeah. It's and for as things go, like both these guys, like obviously they've still had like good careers and all that. Like there's been guys who have been like this talented, had crazy mixtapes, but they either flame out in college or don't make it in the pros, or and it's insane to see. And now that we're in the NIL era, some of these guys would have made crazy money, like Johnny Manziel. Um, he would have made crazy money if he was able to make money in college, and it's just crazy to think of those things.
Yeah, I mean, the world of it is so crazy now that like people like are not going pro earlier just because how much money they can make at the college level. It's absurd.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But do you have any other comments or questions on either of these two?
Um, I mean, I basically would just like the Zion thing is just like I think it's hilarious the concept of like being like in class and you're just like you're about to like you're taking a test that day and then you're like, oh my god, I need to guard Zion Williamson tonight. Like it's just like I don't know. You're just like
No.
like if you're like imagine your coach like getting mad at you, being like, you got to guard up harder. Like, come on, man, it's not happening.
It's
Let's
like,
just chalk this one
coach.
up. Let's just chalk it up. I think I would just like not. If I was a coach, I would just be like, we're not playing them. Like, we're just not showing up. We're full for the game. It's not worth it. I don't want my boys to be on a
Yeah,
highlight reel.
I think they probably told them, do not jump with him. You're not blocking him. Just do your best on the initial pass, and then if you can't get there, get out of the way, because you will get hurt if you try and block him.
Yeah, he'll murder you. That's fair.
Yeah.
The one thing I was gonna ask is like I haven't I feel like I don't see a lot on like I haven't like seen a lot of like interviews of him or anything. Like what's his like kind of personality like? Like is he a quieter guy that
It's interesting. Like he's definitely had his share of like he's had a couple things. I think he is on the quieter side. He's not like a boisterous, but he has had a couple like side scandals come through, but
interesting?
and but he's not like he's not like a huge talker or anything. Like you don't hear a ton. That is
Yeah,
true.
like I
It's
haven't
also
seen a
because
lot of
he's in New
commercials of him or
Orleans.
anything or
He is in a. I forget what commercial it was, but it was probably like after his rookie year
yeah. I mean I'm
or
sure he was in
earlier,
like Nike
or
stuff,
maybe a
right?
couple years ago. Yeah, because he does have a Jordan shoe. So he does have like people. There's a reason people like believe in him. He's a great player, but it's just the health. But
Yeah.
yeah, he is on the quieter side, but he has had a couple things. I'll let the people can.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's all I had. These are both very cool. I guess I'll give my like final thoughts. Like Tavon Austin one was super hype, like awesome, electric. Would have been awesome to see him play. And the Zion one is kind of just like a comedy. Like that's the vibe of it. Like it's just like ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like
it's just like,
it's just dumb, but
oh,
it's funny. It's funny because I'm not on that
yeah,
court. Like if I was on the
yeah,
court, I would not like that. But yeah,
no,
both very
but
cool, and they're enjoyed them both. The Tavon one was more exciting. Like I said, Zion one was just like combination of I didn't even know how to feel watching it. Like I was like, this is just absurd. Like I can't. I don't know how to feel about it.
yeah, that is fair. And then also, this is a wholesome moment from the Tavon one. I think it was like 2020, a couple years ago. One of the players on, I believe it was the Colts, Naheem Hines. He saw Tavon Austin was on the Jaguars at the end of his career. And it was like year 9 by then, but he's like, "Yo, is that Tavon Austin over there?" Naheem Hines in like the warm ups, and he went over to him. He's like dapped him up. He's like, "Yo, I loved your like you inspired me so much. Like it was so sick watching you. Like I can't believe you're here." And it was this
That
cool
must have been an
moment,
awesome feeling for both of them, but Tavon especially to be like
Yeah,
that's knowing that you
like you're the
inspired
man.
others is Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
It's cool to see,
And
and
when
that
he
obviously
should
the influence of that is crazy.
definitely. And now I think he did. There was also a video him finally showing his kid because they're old enough his highlight tape, which
Oh, that's
is
cool.
really cool. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's
but
electric.
yeah, that is the word to describe this man. One
Yeah,
word:
it's
electric.
electric. It's true.
Highly recommend if anyone if you're interested in sports and haven't seen it,
Yeah, we'll link both
definitely
in the
tune it
description.
on. Yeah, definitely both of them for different reasons are definitely fun watches.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this part. This is a new segment we're doing, and I hope you guys enjoy. And if you guys have any suggestions too, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate anybody for listening. We'll try to do these consistently. We're probably gonna try every 2 weeks to keep them going. So we'll see. We're starting off with two, starting strong. So yeah, thank you so much for listening.